Hey guys, a lot of you guys have been asking about offseason, what to expect, when the announcements are coming. It's kind of like waiting for leaks for your favorite manga to come out. And for fans that are new to offseason and new to watching League of Legends, or people that just want to know more about offseason but just don't have the information, here's a guide for you. I'll tell you guys what to look out for and which dates when a lot of the big news are going to be coming out. So teams can extend players they already have on their roster, and teams with strong desire to keep certain players have already extended them. We just don't know about it yet. A lot of them are saving announcements since during Worlds, a lot of the media traffic is going to be focused around the tournament, and they don't want their roster announced to get overshadowed by like everyone talking about FPX, G2, and World Finals. So certain teams like TSM and CLG, they've already announced like some of the franchise players signing, such as Bjergsen re-signing with TSM. He also became like a little bit of a part-time owner. And Stixxay re-signing with CLG. So these roster announcements are already out of the way. In the rebuilding process, teams also like to sign staff first so they can help and decide on the creation of the roster. So a lot of teams have new staff already signed. Only staff that is like protected and by Riot is head coach. Other than head coach, everyone is kind of free game, so you can have GMs, assistant coaches already signed, and a lot of them have that figured out already. So right after World Finals, we'll hear more news and like more announcements regarding which staff that teams have signed and which players that they have re-signed. So that's going to be on November 11th. That's when you can look for the announcements. Some teams will even announce right after World Finals, which is kind of okay. There's a lot of announcements that are already done and that are just getting ready, and teams are looking for a good date to talk about it. So official roster change start date is November 19th. But it is, 2019 and almost 2020, and teams aren't waiting until November 19th to make their moves. Like teams are already talking to each other, teams are already talking to players, and a lot of things are happening before the deadline. So yeah, that's why you hear rumors early, and that's why you hear leaks early. Officially, you're not supposed to do anything until the 19th, but teams have already been talking to each other and already been talking to player. So this is where we're going to start hearing big moves officially from teams on November 19th. But even before that, ESPN has a show with Jacob Wolf, who is going to drop a lot of bombs on the 18th. So Jacob Wolf is a journalist who often gets leaks and scoops from teams and leakers, and he will coordinate with the teams on the announcements. Previously, teams would be really, really mad whenever there was like roster leaks or like Jacob Wolf would drop a bomb, and they would deny it or even call the journalist a liar. But nowadays, most teams understand it's just part of the process, and they started to coordinate announcements with Jacob. So they'll let Jacob announce it about an hour before the team does, but this time he has an entire show on the 18th, so it will be a full day before. So yeah, we're going to get a lot of new info on the 18th from Jacob Wolf, and I'll go over each and every one of the roster moves that is leaked. So what we can look forward to after the big announcements are done, usually the roster moves go something like this. 1 or 2 top tier players will sign for a team first. That's like their big marquee signing. And they will also get a little bit of a bonus, like a cash bonus for signing first. And after that, other like top tier, mid tier players will sign knowing that the future of the team is going to be good, now that he's kind of assured that that team is going to have good teammates. Lastly, the team will finish up their roster with like kind of the best players left in the pool that haven't gotten signed already. And unfortunately for these players, the ones that are signing last, usually they will get a little bit less than their market value since they don't have as much options. And if they want to be on a winning team, they're going to have to join the team with a lot of the key players signed first. So let me give you an example of an offseason for a team last year. So Misfits, they already had Hans Sama on the roster since he was on a long-term contract. They wanted to bolster their core, so they re-signed Maxlor, whose contract ended that year for them, and they were able to buy out Febibin from Clutch Gaming. So these are like the first few moves that are made. And once they have that 3 core players, Soaz, who was free agent after Fnatic made World Finals and he was sharing a spot with Bwipo, could make a decision on where to play next. And then they were able to contract Soaz now that they were attractive enough. Finally, for their final spot, they finished out their roster by signing Gorilla, a top tier import from Korea. So yeah, the big dates you guys can look forward to are 11th for re-signing and staff announcements, and 18th for Jacob's leak. And after that, we're going to get a trickle of roster announcements every day for about a week or two. So, yep, that's how off-season will go. I will try to cover off-season as much as possible and give you guys good content. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you enjoyed the video. And remember, I'm not crazy, I'm just loco. Later.